So William, what's up with the potatoes?
I just wanted everybody to remember to keep their eyes peeled for the new season of Garden Time.
Oh, William, jeez. Welcome to the new season of Garden Time, and it's also our 11th season. We want to thank you so much for tuning in today.
You know, it is our 11th season, and sadly the jokes are just about that old, if not older.
We're at Garland Nursery today, and you can see the potatoes are here, and all the vegetable starts are here, and later in the show I'll be talking to Erica about all the vegetables you can be planting right now.
Also today we're going to be showing you how to grow Easter grass for your basket, because it's only a few weeks away.
But first, the Japanese garden.
So I am standing with Lisa in the beautiful Japanese gardens in front of this iconic waterfall, and you know, it was several months ago when we were here with you talking about the closure of the gardens, but it's open again now, right?
Yes, we are opening to the public for the first time in 6 months and are thrilled and eager to have everybody back.
So tell me, what has been going on? What's been occurring here?
So we've been doing a lot of construction outside the garden gates. The construction has been laying the foundation for the construction that's going to continue for the rest of the year. So we've been doing a lot of infrastructure work, a lot of digging, a lot of moving of plants, and a lot of trees and shrubs have been moved off-site to make way for the construction.
Yeah.
We've been building a castle wall.
Oh my goodness. And it's a big wall. It's not just a tiny little 6-foot thing, is it?
This thing is going to be massive. It's 20 feet tall at its tallest point.
That's like over 2 stories. That's a big wall.
And 140 feet long.
Wow.
As it zigzags as you enter into the opening area. So this thing, and it's about 65% of the way done. The biggest boulders there, some boulders are weigh up to 1 ton.
Wow.
And it's incredible.
And it sounds like there is a lot going on, and there is, but really within the garden itself, it's pretty much the same, isn't it?
That's right. All the construction that's happening, and you might be able to hear some of the diggers that are happening outside the garden gates, but all the construction has been happening outside the garden gates. The garden itself is untouched. It's been untouched for 6 months, and actually you can see it now in a way you've never seen it before, because it's resting. It's been resting, and it's been able to grow and get green and lush and springy. And
I noticed walking down here that there seems to be literally 50 shades of green moss, that I've been here so often that it really has rested, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting to see the garden this way. It's a way that you've probably never seen it before, because it's been able to rest from, we are so glad to have visitors, but it's been able to rest from people being in the garden. So yeah, the moss is springy and lush. The greens are every shade.
And you've also got, though, you're going to have part of the construction outside of the garden is a new visitation center. You've got a tea house, a floating tea house.
Yes.
All of this stuff is coming.
A lot of fun things on the horizon. We're moving our admission gate down to the bottom of the hill, so everybody will easily be able to find the Japanese garden here in Washington Park. We're building a tea cafe, a fully functional tea cafe that will demonstrate not only authentic Japanese tea, but also tea service, which is part of the experience.
And all of the time frames, everything, that's at your website, right?
It's at our website, culturalcrossing.com, where people can see progress of what's happening. People can see what we're planning for the grand unveiling when that happens in April 1st, 2017.
Nice. So for more information, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. You can find out all the stuff that's happening. It really is exciting. Lisa, thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery. Gardening makes for wonderful family time. Whether it's updating your landscape or planting a veggie garden, at Portland Nursery, our great selection and staff of professionals can help ensure your family's success. Visit portlandnursery.com for a list of our classes, events, or sign up for our newsletter. Portland Nursery, let our family help your family grow at 50th and Stark or 90th and Division.
Bring a taste of the old country to your wardrobe and a breath of fresh style with the kilt from Stumptown Kilts. Our easy care kilts are made with fashion and durability in mind. We take pride in our workmanship and attention to detail. We have tons of colors in our versatile style for both men and women, and they're made right here in the Pacific Northwest. We believe we make the best modern kilt available, but we don't make kilts for us, we make them just for you. Stumptown Kilts, the most comfortable and versatile kilt you'll ever own.
Little Baja is your source for a whole lot of terracotta and concrete too. From bird baths and benches to Buddhas, bears, and fountains, plus the exclusive Baja chimney, we have an amazing variety of the finest in terracotta and concrete containers. Come check out our selection of statuary for any garden theme or setting. So for something for the garden, deck, or patio, come see us at Little Baja on East Burnside in Portland. Find us on Facebook too.
Over the 30 years that our family has been in the nursery industry, we've learned that anyone can supply a customer with plants and garden supplies. But it's supplying those plants and supplies backed by a knowledgeable staff that can transform a garden and take it from ordinary to extraordinary. That's what we do at Sagawa Nursery. Why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? Sagawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
I'm at Portland Nursery on Star Street with Sarah. And Sarah, you know, it's that time of year, it's seed starting time, and I see you have so many different kinds of seeds.
We do. We have a lot of starts as well, but if you're looking for something specific or a bigger variety, you can usually find it in our seed section.
And you know, I love that you have everything for us because it's kind of a one-stop shop. You get the seeds and then you have all the supplies to start with.
We do, and starting seeds with the right supplies can be actually really easy. So the first thing that you're going to need is some kind of tray to start the seeds in. So we've got these little peat pots here that will actually break down, so you can kind of cut those apart and plant the seedlings directly in the soil.
That makes it easy.
Or some of these plastic ones, which you can kind of squeeze apart. That way you can up pot some of your seedlings into a bigger pot if it's not quite warm enough out, which we will show you an example of later.
Right, and then I see you have heat mats, so that would really be helpful too.
This is, especially if you don't have a very sunny window, the heat mat will really speed up the process and help with the germination. So that's a great little add-on for gardeners. We also have this little windowsill mat that can kind of handle some of, so it goes right in your windowsill.
Smaller space, right.
Yeah.
And then too, you have to have special soil because you can't just use any soil.
You do. You don't want to pull out soil from your garden. You want to have a really light, fluffy soil so that the seeds can push up. So I definitely would recommend doing a seed starting mix. We've got, lots of different lines of soils and seed starting mixtures there. So.
And then a spray bottle just to help you water.
Yes, and these are the best spray bottles. They don't break very easy.
They do. They're really a great deal.
So having a little spray bottle and keeping them nice and moist if you notice that they're drying out is really important.
Very important.
So you really want light, heat, and moisture for some seeds. And so that brings us to the other part, which is that we also sell lights if you need to supplement light.
Yeah, perfect. So we got our seeds all started, and so like a month later, voila, this is what you get.
Yes, it is. So these have been growing for about 3 weeks now with a heat mat as well.
They are wonderful.
And we've kind of already loosened them up a little bit.
Right. So what you want to do is just kind of squeeze on the bottom.
Yes.
And then, they are just trying to jump out of there. I'm going to get this one here. I didn't hold it enough. And so, yeah, there you go.
And so with these tomatoes, you want to plant them, a little bit deeper. They like to root from the stem.
There you go.
And so these ones we're putting into a bigger pot so that they can stay in here a little bit longer because it is not time to put out tomatoes yet. We want to wait until at least after Mother's Day to do that.
And so if they get too big from here, you can always put it in a bigger pot too.
Yes, you can always do the same process but with a larger pot.
And I love that on the seed packs, there's so much information.
There is. Really on the seed packs, there's everything that you need to know. How deep, how much to space them, how long it's going to take them to mature.
Sarah, I noticed the soil you use, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we recommend using a natural and organic just because if it's going to be something edible, it's nice to have the assurance that there isn't some other kind of fertilizer that you wouldn't want to be growing food in. Yeah.
Well, you have made it so easy. I think you've taken all that fear out of seed starting. It really is an easy process and a lot of fun, and look at all these plants that you get.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, please go to your independent garden center or come down to Portland Nursery. They have 2 locations. They have all of the information, all of these great supplies, and get those seeds started for your garden this year. Thanks so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
William, you know Easter's just a few short weeks away, and today we have a project that you could do at home to have like a little basket of Easter grass for the holiday.
It really is fun. And now remember, this is a great project for kids. So Judy, let's go through the steps. How do you start?
Well, it's just like planting any seeds, and we have a seed. It's called wheatgrass or catgrass, and you know if you have a cat, they're really going to love this too. So after the holiday, they can eat it.
Yeah.
Well, you want to use some kind of a container that you can use your arrangement in. I have a basket here with weed barrier as the bottom, or I used a lasagna pan, or like this other basket. You could use the weed barrier, or you can line it with saran wrap, just so that the water doesn't go all over and make a mess. And then I also like to use black gold seedling mix because this is a nice light potting mix and it's great for starting seeds. It just holds water just enough to get the seeds germinated.
So all you did is put like just a thin layer in, and then I'm assuming that this spray bottle was for watering that?
Right, well with this you really want to get a thicker layer. I did put some seed down, but then you want to overseed it. I mean, you really want to put a lot of seed there because each seed is only going to put a few blades of grass.
Because this isn't like you're doing your yard. You really want to lay it heavy to get a full lush growth from it.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to cover it with a little more potting mix so that it doesn't, the seeds don't dry out once we moisten it.
And when you do use this spray bottle to spray it, we want to make sure that you don't use like a regular watering can, because even if it's a small one, that flow will really disturb the seeds and mess it all up. Plus you'll get water setting in the bottom, and you want to stay away from that too.
Right. And then I do take some saran wrap and cover it once I moisten, and this will kind of make like a little greenhouse, and it'll keep the moisture in. And if you see too much moisture on it, then you want to take it off for the day, but it really helps make that germination happen faster.
Yeah, and now the fun thing really is after a couple of weeks, you're going to get this kind of growth of plants up here. You can do a couple of things. We kind of cut the back of this one, turn around so you can see it. So if you want to make it more formal and a little less wild looking, you can just take scissors and prune it out, or you can leave it
wild,
full level.
of course.
And then really, Judy, it's all about decorating the basket.
It is all about decorating.
We have a lamb.
And we got chocolates.
And if you do have some of this, you know, it comes in green and pink and yellow. If you do have some of this fake Easter grass stuff, you can fill it in around the sides to cover the black
bunny here.
felt that we used. Another fun tip too is when made this one, we just did it in a baking pan. You see how easy it pulls out? Well, if you have another basket that's got some soil in it, you can easily move that aside.
That in.
And then just place it down in there, and you could even put your stuff around the soil part that's not covered with the grass.
Oh, you could put more Easter grass. You could plant pansies in. Wouldn't that be cute?
You sure could. And the great thing too about this, Judy, is it's not something that you just have to do at Easter.
No, not at
You
all.
could make these baskets and use them pretty much, you know, all through the season that you're outside on the patio for a great like dinner display, or if you have friends over.
You know, it's a great project for everyone to do, kids and big kids too. So don't forget, look at your independent garden center for wheatgrass or catgrass and really start some for the holiday.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
I've been a Capital Subaru customer for 15 years, and one of the main reasons is because they treat me well and I want to shop local. The service department is excellent, and I always feel like I'm taken care of here. In fact, they call me now even after I've driven off the lot to remind me to come in and get my car washed. That service. One of the reasons why I like coming to Capital Subaru, actually, they have the dog area, and I can just walk my dog around the whole area and we can enjoy the outside. I got it my way on the Parkway.
At French Prairie Perennials, we take pride at being different. From rare, unique, and unusual plant material and handcrafted garden art to our visualscaping program, we can help you create an outdoor living space as unique as you are. Our gift shop has home and garden decor and gifts for all occasions. Visit us at our new location in Aurora a quick drive from Portland off I-5. French Prairie Perennials. Outdoor living elevated.
Since 1982, the Wall has been making local gardens beautiful, naturally. Whether you need a new wall, concrete patio, fire pit, or driveway, the Wall's expert craftsmen can build it. We back up our work with a 5-year warranty, so you'll know it'll last. We use the highest quality materials, including stamped colored concrete, natural stone, and we're the leader in using recycled concrete. Create an outdoor environment you'll enjoy for years, with the help of your friends at The Wall.
Locally grown, fresh from the farm, stylish and sustainable, your dream yard starts at Owl's Garden Center. Brighten up your outdoor spaces with colorful, easy-to-grow pansies, now on sale for just 89 cents each. We've brought in a huge variety from the farm where we grow all of our plants with care, so you get the brightest, healthiest pansies available. Many colors to choose from, and they're on sale now. Owl's Garden Centers in Woodburn, Sherwood, and Gresham.
So I am standing out in a field with Rich from Smithberry Barn, and you're going to be talking about pruning because we've talked about this a lot with you, but this time of year, you've already done some stuff. Tell me what you've done and why.
So this time of year, the old canes have been cut out. We've put the new canes up on the wire and tied them. So these were the fleshy green canes that grew all last summer.
Yeah.
So by end of summer, we actually do it in January. I take all the new green canes and we put them inside the double wire at the bottom just to kind of corral them.
Sure.
And then we tie with biodegradable twine at the top. And then we actually cut 6 inches off, or I cut about a foot off, as opposed to letting, you might have 10-foot canes somewhere.
Okay.
So we keep all the fruiting spurs from here because we do a lot of U-pick, so it's easier for people to pick at this level.
Yeah, sure.
So when I cut out all the old canes, you cut them off as low. You see a lot here that are old from last year. These actually fruited last year. We cut those off and we throw them in the row. I'll come back with a mower and we'll mow all that down, mulch it right back into the ground.
And so really then, in this coming year then, these are the ones that are going to bear fruit,
Correct.
right? And those will be the ones that will be gone next year.
Correct.
Then.
Yeah, so these will be gone. It's a 1-year process,
Nice.
so a 2-year process. So
Yeah.
These grew all last season and they fruit this season and then they're gone.
And then they're gone, and the new ones that grow up this year is the ones that
Correct.
will be there.
Correct. That way you ensure the highest quality fruit. You're going to get as much tonnage as the plant's going to put out.
Okay, sounds good to me. Now we've got some other stuff to talk about, so let's take a walk over here and we'll
Sounds good.
talk about that too. So Rich, you just showed us how to prune raspberries, and really that's pretty much true for all the cane fruit family, that kind of pruning, right?
Correct.
Now we're standing at a pear tree, and we've talked about apple pruning before, but what is the difference, if any, about pruning pears?
Pears are almost the same basic concept as an apple. They fruit on second-year wood, so anything that grew last year. So you really want to make sure, like, you cut enough off. So like this was all last year's growth, and so I mean, if you didn't cut this off this year, you could have fruit way up there the next year in your tree.
For one thing, it's very, very big.
It's a lot, and it's hard
That's
for people to do that. I mean, so really what you do is this is all new growth. So your fruit next year is going to be formed here. I mean, so I'd rather have a nice clump of pears here next year, then the branch will support it that way. If you didn't cut that and you had fruit everywhere, it's either going to be small fruit and it's just going to be too much for the tree, and you can keep it, for a homeowner, you can keep the tree, like this tree is 18, 19 years old and it's still only 10 feet tall.
Because you, tell me if I'm wrong here, because you want it to actually get light.
Correct. And so the way
itself.
I prune, or we prune, there's 2 schools of thought. This one's like Christmas tree prune, meaning so each year we cut this new growth down. If you look, it's like a hand, so like new growth from last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's all on that open hand. So all the fruit's going to form here, and you get good light on top to color the fruit and make it nice. And then you see actually these are all going to, the fruits here, these are
That's
actually,
right there. Yeah.
These are going to open their flower buds. So all your fruit's going to be concentrated kind of right here where it's tight, and that way it gives good support and good light.
Now, and it makes perfect sense when you hear it or read it, but it really helps to actually see it, and you've got something coming up next weekend that'll help. What is that?
We give like free seminars each spring,
Nice.
and so I have a fruit tree pruning seminar. We do it in the morning. It's kind of a hands-on walking tour. People ask questions. I kind of show them how to do it commercially and homeowner-wise.
And will that information be on your website?
It is on our website, so check our website for the time.
Well, you know, there are reasons why we prune, and a great way to figure all that out is to come on out here next weekend. You can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over, get an exact time. Come out and really learn how to take care of your own cane fruit and fruit trees in your own garden. Thanks so much, Rich.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to Drake's, not your ordinary garden center. Grab a cup of coffee at Antonio's and wander the nursery for the perfect plant. Check out the landscape design showrooms for ideas, then meet with a designer. Come pick out a bouquet of flowers for dinner or for that someone special. Find something distinctive for your home or your garden. Imagine the possibilities and let Drake's turn them into realities. Drake's 7Ds on Southwest Shoals Ferry Road in Portland.
Clement Gander started Standard TV and Appliance in Southeast Portland in 1947.
With price cuts on dozens of top brands in every category. Save up to $850 on washers and dryers, up to $1,900 on refrigerators. Dishwashers save up to $1,400, and huge savings on mattresses, up to 75% off. Plus, Standard has fast delivery and certified in-home installation. So why wait?
Hurry, Founders Days and Sunday. Standard TV and Appliance.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature Blooming Advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
Your garden is only as good as the ingredients you use. That's where Black Gold can help. Black Gold Seedling Mix is formulated for successful seed germination and strong seedling growth. Black Gold Seedling Mix is organic and OMRI listed, so you can start this year's organic garden outright. Look for Black Gold at your local garden center or go online to blackgold.bz. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
I'm at Garland Nursery today with Erica, and you know, Erica, everybody's getting a little itchy. We've had that little nice weather to get out in the garden.
Yeah.
So do you think edibles are really so important again this year?
Yeah, I definitely do. People are all about growing their own vegetables, knowing where they come from. You know, it tastes so much better when you get them out of your own yard and garden. So yeah.
And so what can we be planting this time of year? It's still kind of chilly.
Yeah. Peas, definitely. They're actually one of the vegetables that can handle some snow even. The cole crops, C-O-L-E, not cold, but cole crops. They come from the cabbage family. So your cabbages, your cauliflowers, your broccolis, those are all things that definitely can be planted in the ground and handle the temperatures that we have had and can still have. But there are some other vegetables that can be planted too.
What else?
So we have some of the some of the lettuce, the spinach, you know, the greens here. You got your kale, Swiss chard. So yeah, those can. However, we can still get some frosty nights, and you would need to protect them if you did, using either something like the Easy Tunnel fleece that's just an easy pull out that you put over that protects from frost, or you can even use Harvest Guard. That's just can be thrown over, or you can actually create your own little like mini greenhouse with PVC pipe and then these cute little clips that you just clip it on so it doesn't blow off. But some of the lettuces,
a little protection.
Yeah, little protection for those guys, exactly. And everything, you know, I should mention, everything tends to do a little bit better in a raised bed this time of year because the soil is so much warmer than the ground soil. So that's just something to consider. Or another thing that people say, well, I want to start my lettuce right now, you know. You can take a beautiful pottery pot, something that's really attractive. Yes, exactly. And that gives you the option to, if it does get cold, move it under cover or somewhere to protect it. So
that is good. And now I see also that you have some onions and potatoes. So this is a time to do that too.
Yeah, well, definitely the onions, it's time for those. The potatoes, it's time to choose the variety that you want because sometimes they run out and you only get them one time a year.
So go early and get your favorites.
Yes, the yellow fins are a great one. I love those. The fingerlings are also a really great one for potato salads. But now's when you want to choose them, put them on your windowsill, you know, let them start sprouting out. And then when, you know, they always say it's like St. Patrick's Day or sometime in the beginning of March. Yeah, you want to go ahead and just divide them and put them in the ground or put them in a potato bag.
Oh, if you don't have a raised bed, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
what else can we be starting this time of year?
Well, seeds, of course. You've got some that you can sow directly into the ground right now, like your carrots, your radishes, a little bit of, both types of radishes actually. They're also really good in the raised bed too, so, but just directly outside. Then you can start some of those, warmer weather vegetables like tomatoes, like peppers, like basil, all those things can be started indoors, in the next couple weeks.
And you have all the supplies here, so kind of run through the supplies that you would need.
So you definitely want to start with the right planting media, which is a seed starting mix. It has a lot better drainage. You cannot just use regular old potting soil.
It's too heavy.
Yes, too heavy. You've got your 72 cell insert here, which is great. It has a little lid that goes on top so that keeps the heat in there. You've got seed mats that keep it warm from the bottom. You just want to make sure that you use the right product at the right time. These will start to germinate, come up. You'll up-plant them into a larger pot, and then at that point you can start doing some fertilizing on them with one of the organic fertilizers.
So now we have these little baby plants, these starts. Can I put them right outside?
No, you definitely want to acclimate them. They can't just go directly out into either the sun or the cool weather. You want to bring them out, put them back when it's cooler at night, just kind of get them acclimated to the temperatures outdoors versus just inside in their fancy environments. So,
And then what if I see tomatoes out there? Okay, so it's mid-March, I see tomato plants. Should I get them?
Well, unless you have a greenhouse that's really big, you probably shouldn't. No, they're just going to sit there and either freeze or just sit in a boggy soil. They're not, it's not the time. The time is really, truly the middle of April.
Right.
If you really, unless we have some amazing spring in Oregon, which can happen.
It can.
But really, it's just too cold for them. They're not going to thrive. They're just going to sit there and not make it.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Really good information, and really, Garland's is the place to come for more information because you have a new series of classes coming up.
Yes, we decided we were going to do all about edibles this year. So once a month, we're going to talk about what's current, how you should be planting them correctly, what the best choices of crops are at that time to put in the ground and how to do it. So all about edibles is going to be happening.
That is cool. And if you can't make the class, really come in because you guys have so much information one-on-one. Please come in for information.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here from Erica. There's going to be classes. There's lots of information. There's starts to do right now. You can get out in your garden. So please come out to the Garland's Nursery, and you can get started today for that veggie garden. Thanks so much.
Yes, yum.
Thank you for watching today's show, the first of our 11th season, and thanks to Garland Nursery for having us out today.
Also a big thank you to all of you constant viewers over the last 11 years and to the 3 stations in the Willamette Valley, Portland, Salem, and Eugene, who broadcast our show.
If you need any other information about today's segments, please go to gardentime.tv.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today, and we'll do it all again next weekend right here on Garden Time.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.